You know, Leah, some things just don't make no sense. And by that, I mean selling pennies for millions of dollars.
Yes. Well, as you know, the last of the pennies that were minted, or it was a sad day for the penny, no longer with us. But the last pennies ever minted in the United States just sold at auction for $16.76 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money for pennies.
That's a lot of money for pennies.
I get it from this standpoint. If you are a coin collector, this is kind of like the ultimate.
It's a big deal.
They're not making these anymore. These were the final ones. I think they even got the molds that made the pennies.
They were, yeah. So these last remaining pennies are a little special. This whole auction featured 232 special 3-coin sets. Each set included a 2025 penny from the Philadelphia Mint, a 2025 D penny from the Denver Mint, and a 24-karat gold penny, and they were all stamped with a unique omega symbol, marking the end of penny production after 232 years.
Yeah, so great collector's item, I'm sure.
Really cool.
But it still feels like maybe
Not
an overpay.
$16 million cool for some pennies.
Feels like an overpay there. I don't know, maybe it's one of those things like in Ferris Bueller with the Ferrari. If you have the means, you know, go pick one up. But I do not have the means, nor would I use my means to that end.
It's like a touch ironic spending millions on a penny. But while most sets averaged tens of thousands of dollars, the final set symbolizing the very last cents, that's what it fetched an astonishing $800,000 all on its own.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that those are going for big money. I'm just not in that sort of market.
I'm not in that tax bracket to spend millions on pennies.
Somebody that could, if it was something she wanted to do, is Mariah Carey. But a little bit of a rough month for Mariah Carey here. The Queen of Christmas has been dethroned. Mariah Carey's holiday song, All I Want for Christmas, has dropped from the top of Billboard's Global 200 for the first time since 2020. And Billboard announced the song has been replaced on the global chart with Wham's 40-year-old song, Last Christmas.
That song is so cheesy sounding too. I mean, they both are, but I want to say I feel like maybe in 2020 when that song dipped the first time, it was Wham's Last Christmas that took its spot. I could be wrong about that. That's me just going off of memory from 5 years ago, so could be a little rusty.
Memory from 5 years ago at a specific time in human history where none of our memories were working that well.
Exactly, but I feel like I remember Wham's Last Christmas like either creeping up in the charts, so it's a little surprising, but I guess she's still number one here.
She is still number one in America, so that is very
important. Global comparison.
The global compared to the American charts, the domestic charts still do have her as the top Christmas song. But the guys from Wham said this is a testament to a brilliant song and timeless record that embodies the very sound of Christmas and continues to resonate with audiences.
So when you hear that first, ooh, oh, it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, so, do you guys think that do you still love and embrace the Mariah Carey of it all? I know.
Oh, I do.
Like, before we even get to Thanksgiving, people start tossing out the memes. They're thawing out Mariah Carey. It's time to get ready for All I Want for Christmas. She's getting the vocal styling going.
There were some really funny TikToks this year, I think, at like October maybe they started when people were like putting out their pumpkins, and then you would just hear, and then like they'd look around like, what was that?
I can't imagine. It must be so, it must be awesome, but also must be really, really weird to have done a thing at some point in your life, and I think that this was probably in her mid-20s or something like that.
Yeah, because this album came out in like the early 90s.
And just every year around a certain time of year, you just go collect a bag of money because you're like,
cha-ching!
That's still paying off.
I also think it's kind of interesting that like the holiday music is ultimately going to be like an anthology of some of the biggest artists of each decade, really, because when you look at the voices of the holiday season, it's Frank Sinatra, it's Nat King Cole. I mean, these are people that were at the top of their game at their time, and now we pretty much only bring them back out for the holidays.
I wonder on which day in a person's career their agent comes up to them and goes, we could do a Christmas song.
And I feel like Michael Bublé might be the exception because he had one hit and then went straight for Christmas.
But also his vocal stylings, his music fits that genre really well, and it just kind of that's like a nice glove
the
that just
swingy,
is snug and fits and whatever. But like any genre almost, eventually
has a Christmas
eventually
hit.
they get pulled into it. And
there's rock Christmas songs.
the ones that break through do stay with us for decades.
Oh, yeah.
And the ones that don't, you probably made $8 and whatever. And
Right, and that was that.
That was that. But the ones that break through become an ongoing part of your legacy as a musician.
Yeah, so it's interesting to think about. So I'm sure Mariah Carey won't let that sit well for her. She is a diva for a reason, but definitely I think that's a great conversation. Good for you, Wham. But we do have some more Coast Life to get to. We're not done talking about singing. We've got a little something to share for you about The Voice when we get back.